Welcome back to Salt City Counseling, everybody. Once again, my name is Scott Carter. I'm a licensed therapist here in the beautiful state of Utah. We are in the aftermath of a big giant snowstorm yesterday. It looks beautiful outside. And currently, as I'm recording this, I'm kind of seeing what's happening in Texas with their giant snowstorms. And this is a great exercise in gratitude for me. Grateful to be living in a place that has the infrastructure for big giant snowstorms. I'm going to actually scoot in a little bit more. In this video, I'm going to talk about something that everybody wants, but not everybody's willing to do the heavy lifting to get it, and that is confidence. Everybody wants confidence. Not everybody is willing to do what it takes to get it. Confidence is one of those things there are a lot of things that are like sausage. Confidence is one of them. Everybody wants it. Nobody wants to see how it's made. Nobody wants to make it. And enlightenment, I had this conversation recently too. Like, enlightenment is another one of those things where it's like everybody wants it, nobody wants to make it. So in this video, I'm going to talk about 5 elements or 5 things about gaining confidence. I believe that there's lots of elements to confidence. Speaking from personal experience and professional experience, I've really come a long ways in my life. I've had a lot of growth. I've been working on myself for almost a couple of straight decades now, and dealing with trauma, working through issues. It's a process, man. It's really a process. It's a lifestyle. It's a commitment. Growth is a commitment. A growth mindset, it's a commitment. I as a therapist, my professional experience is that a lot of people want change. They want growth. They want life to be better. They want to feel better about themselves. They're not willing to put in a long-term commitment. They want it quick, they want it fast, they want it easy, and if they don't, then they're going to go back to being miserable. And even though the process of growth and all of this, gaining confidence, whatever, is a difficult and challenging one, it's immensely rewarding. It's not nearly as painful as it is rewarding, and it's not nearly as painful as being miserable. So I'm going to talk about 5 elements here of gaining confidence, and getting confidence from a personal standpoint, from a spiritual standpoint, from a mental health standpoint, as a mental health clinician. And so there's more than 5. There's a lot, but I've got 5 here that I feel like are really important. And so just understanding, having a concept here, and start putting these into practice, right? Make the commitment now. Even if you're more confident in a month than you are now, wouldn't that be worth it? A lot of people don't understand that there are immense rewards from growth and committing themselves to growth. So before I get into this list, these 5 things, if you're new here and you haven't subscribed, please do so. Sorry, I've got some crap in my throat. Help me out a lot. Help me get to my first 1 million subscribers. So, like, share, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. You know what to do. It's super easy. If you like my content, man, excuse me. I got a lot of crap in my throat. I would start this video over. I frankly don't have time. So, sorry about the crap in my throat. You're just gonna have to go with it. We're just gonna have to run with it. Okay, but if you really like my content, hit the tip jar, please. All those links are in the description below. Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. For those of you that have already sent me some gratuity, I super appreciate it. Tons of gratitude to you for your generosity and your help with that. And so, let's see, what other housekeeping do I need to get to for now? You can send a viewer question if you'd like. You can leave a comment, or you can email me, scottc@saltcitycounseling.com. You will remain anonymous, so let's talk about confidence. So if you're new here, a lot of my videos have to do with like being raised by a narcissistic parent maybe, or like parenting in general, being a teenager, raising kids, having these parent relationships, but just mental health in general. And confidence is, of course, something that everybody wants. Not everybody's willing to put in the work. So let's get into this list, okay? The number 1 thing that I have here, no particular order, trust yourself before you trust others. I've noticed, especially like in the realm, I'm gonna dip into the realm of being in a relationship, whether it's a parent or a partner of someone who is narcissistic type. People have tremendous self-doubt, so almost no trust for themselves. They really lack in this regard, and so learning to trust yourself before you trust others is key. And I mean, just as a point of reference, there's a lot of information, a lot of narratives on social media and in current events and stuff. And the news just seems to want to tell me how to think and how to feel. And if the news doesn't match my personal experience of the world around me, like the news tells me that everybody is dying of a certain virus, and almost a year later, I don't know one single person that has died from it. Well, and I personally believe that we should trust ourselves and trust our experiences first. Okay, number two, being authentic and genuine, being true to yourself. A lot of people lack confidence because deep down in the shadow, if you want to talk about shadow work, they kind of feel and they kind of believe that if people saw them for what they're really like, there's this fear hiding in there. If people saw them for what they would really like, people would reject them or people would abandon them. They would be unlovable. And so a lot of people try to present in such a way that is pleasing to others. And so many people have done it for such a long period of time, they don't even know what's underneath. They don't even know who they are without it. And it's scary to think, if I remove this, not only will everybody abandon me, but there's not going to be anything there in replace. But there is. You will land somewhere. And thing is if people don't love you for exactly who you are they really loved ones? Okay. Number three, looking at a couple different lists here. Confident people are not afraid to make mistakes. They're not afraid of failure. Confidence is understanding that mistakes are inevitable. Mistakes are necessary. Failure is inevitable. Failure is necessary. I see a lot of young people these days. They are terrified that their mistakes will be seen by others. To me, that's part of the normalization of narcissism in our culture. And confident people are not afraid to make mistakes. They're not afraid to fail. And they're not afraid to have those mistakes seen by others. And so just as a point of reference of an assertive way to respond in a situation like this, you could easily say to someone, right, if they're like, oh, you fell down. Yeah, so what's wrong with falling down? Everybody does. Like, give that assertive, confident response. Like, if you're judging people for not being good at something the first time, that doesn't say something about me, that says something about you, right? And that is true. Okay? And if people see your mistakes and when you're trying to do something new and you're trying to learn and you're trying to grow and they go after you for them, that person, there's something going on with them. Okay, and that is their distraction. They're using your mistakes as a way to distract you from what's actually happening with them. People judging you, I say this all the time. I got this from Wayne Dyer. It does not say something about you. It says something about them. Number 4, okay, confidence comes with experience. Confidence comes with falling down. Lots of falling down and making mistakes, okay? Falling down and not falling down teaches us. And as a combination of both, it makes someone confident, makes them a master. And as a therapist, I work a lot with teenagers, and I show a lot of them clips of, like, for example, the Big Air event at the X Games, and how these guys can get these massive jumps. I mean, these guys are like 15 feet in the air off this launch ramp, and sometimes they don't land. They're on a skateboard. And sometimes they don't land, and sometimes they fall, and usually almost every single time they pop right back up. Why? Because they're really skilled at falling, because they've done it a lot. They're very, very good at falling down, and so therefore very, very good at getting back up. Confident people are not afraid to fall down and learn how to fall down. Experience is what makes you confident. I grew up playing basketball. By the time I hit my 30s, I've been playing ball for decades. And I was very confident on the court because I just had a ton of experience with it. That's just an example. Number 5 is that confident people have healthy boundaries in their life. And boundaries is a complex topic. Confident people are not afraid to say no. Confident people are not afraid to say, you've gone too far. That's too much. That doesn't work for me. Please don't do that. Please stop that. Please, and the way that confident boundaries looks to me is, I might say, hey, could you not call me names? This is a real example. I don't like being called names. I don't call you names, so would you please stop? And that person in my life initially was kind of taken back, like, what's wrong with it? There's nothing wrong with that. And I said, I don't like it. I'm just asking you to stop. To her credit, she thought about it and came back and said, I'm sorry. that I hurt your feelings by calling you names. I didn't realize it bothered you. I will stop. And she did. And that's healthy boundary setting. And it created confidence, but it also made our relationship healthier, right? So, yes, it was a girlfriend. Anyways, but confident people set boundaries. I'm not willing to go to certain places. I'm not willing to hang out with certain individuals. I'm not willing to do certain things. And so on and so forth, okay? So those are 5 elements of confident people. 5 elements of helping you build your confidence. And so if you have some feedback or some thoughts or ideas, leave it in the comments section below. And if you like this video, obviously hit like so that I know that people want me to make more of them. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.